Sometimes history doesn't just repeat itself. It echoes loudly through time with moments that feel eerily familiar. And for those of us who followed the wild ride of elite quarterbacks in the NFL, this next chapter, yeah, it's going to feel like serious déjà vu. Two powerhouses locked in a never-ending chess match, battling it out in the most ruthless conference in football. But here's the twist. This time, the story isn't being written under stadium lights. Nah, this one's unfolding behind closed doors, in the shadows, where dreams are still fragile and careers are just hanging in the balance. While most people are distracted by draft headlines or off-season chaos, there's something real stirring beneath the surface. And once again, yeah, you guessed it, it's about Buffalo and Kansas City. Let's rewind real quick. Kansas City made that bold move years ago, trading up for Patrick Mahomes. It was risky, sure, but it changed everything. Buffalo? At the time, they probably didn't even realize they were setting fate in motion when they picked Josh Allen. But from that moment on, both quarterbacks reshaped the entire AFC. Two rivals, two destinies, forever tied together. And now, enter Paxton Deleron. I know, he wasn't the big headline from draft weekend. Honestly, he was ranked 25th out of 28 among undrafted quarterbacks. But look where we are. Both the Bills and the Chiefs have offered him invites. Yeah, let that sink in. This guy, standing tall at 6 feet 5 inches, 229 pounds, is now on the radar of the two most dominant AFC teams in recent memory. His 2024 season? It was a roller coaster. Over 4,650 passing yards is nothing to sneeze at, but pair that with 15 interceptions and a completion rate under 60%, and yeah, it's a mixed bag. Still, both franchises saw something. The question is, what? Now, here's where it gets interesting. While his arm's been the subject of debate, it's his legs that bring that unexpected flair. 457 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns on the ground. That kind of dual-threat ability, that's something defenses can't ignore. And if you're Buffalo that kind of mobility, it sounds a whole lot like Josh Allen. Maybe they see a moldable backup. Or maybe Kansas City sees a project, a plan B, or even something more subtle. Something sneaky. Let's be real. Do dynasties just vanish overnight? Do legends fold after one rough game? Nah. Let me tell you what I just uncovered about the Kansas City Chiefs and why it's going to hit you like a sledgehammer. Buckle up, because this isn't your average off-season take. Watch this all the way through. Smash that like. Drop a lock in the comments if you're still riding with the Chiefs, or an L if you've lost your nerve. And if you still believe in greatness under pressure, hit that subscribe button right now. Alright, let's talk real. You ever seen a lion bleed? Ever watched a champion fall and get laughed at by people who could never handle that pressure themselves? That's what's happening with the Chiefs right now. People have already forgotten how dangerous this team is. They're whispering about the Super Bowl loss like it erased the dynasty. But here's what they don't get. Kansas City didn't just lose. They felt that loss. Deep. And that kind of pain, it fuels something different. Something raw. Something no analyst or off-season ranking can extinguish. That fire? It's alive and roaring in Arrowhead. It's not going anywhere. It's simmering, evolving into something terrifying. A storm that's building. A reminder that greatness doesn't just go quiet when the critics get loud. It strikes back. Harder. People want to talk like a 15-2 season was just decent, like it was a fluke. Please, the Chiefs weren't just winning. They were dominating, marching through the league with laser focus. 3 straight rings, that was the goal. Something no one's ever done. And yeah, the Eagles brought them down. But that pain, it hits different when you've already stood on top of the mountain. Mahomes woke up with that fire in his veins. Kelsey, still tasting that bitter confetti. They're not sulking. They're reloading. Let's talk disrespect. Nate Davis from USA Today put them 4th in post-draft power rankings. 4th. I'm not here to bash Nate, but that kind of ranking? Man, it's disrespectful. You've got Mahomes, Andy Reid, and a front office that's made winning a habit. And now they're being counted out? That's like calling MJ a mid-tier baller after a bad game. Come on, you don't measure legends by how they fall. You measure them by how they rise. And these Chiefs? Oh, they're rising. Right now, this offseason, Kansas City didn't sit around licking wounds. They went to work. First round pick Josh Simmons? A beast. Finally, Mahomes has real protection for that blind side. No more scrambling for his life. Simmons is young, hungry, and he's about to anchor that line like a brick wall. Now, look, Rashee Rice? I know there's noise. Suspension might be coming. But when that man's on the field, it's different. That route running, the separation, the chemistry with Mahomes, it's not hype. It's real. And even if he's limited early on, the threat, he brings forces defenses to shift. It opens the field. For Kelce, for the slot guys, for the run game. Everything flows better when you've got real threats across the field. And Mahomes, he doesn't just throw. He elevates. He turns average into elite. You give him weapons, real hungry dogs? Good luck stopping that. Now I get it, AFC stacked. But let's not act brand new. It's always been stacked. And through it all, the Chiefs have ruled it. 9 straight division titles. 5 Super Bowl appearances in 6 years. That's not luck. That's not a fluke. That's dominance. You don't stroll into Arrowhead expecting a win. You go in hoping you survive. But now, Kansas City knows they're the ones with the target. They're not hunting anymore. They're defending. And that's when the real pressure kicks in, not from media noise, but from within. That locker room is full of killers. Men who know what the standard is. And when they fall short, they don't make excuses. They reload. All those analysts who bump them down, all the fans who jump ship, every rookie gunning for Mahomes' throne. You just lit a fuse under a sleeping giant. You don't want this version of Kansas City. You don't want a pissed off Mahomes. You don't want to focus Travis Kelce. You don't want to step into Arrowhead when the lights are low, the wind cuts like a knife, and the fans are shaking the ground beneath your feet. Yeah, the AFC West improved. But let's not confuse better with equal. Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, they're still finding their footing. The Chiefs? They're building castles. This isn't collapse. It's construction. And at the core of it all, Patrick LeVon Mahomes, too. This dude isn't just playing quarterback, he's changing the position. No-look passes, sidearm lasers, cold-blooded fourth quarters. And now, with that sting of a Super Bowl loss fresh in his mind, he's about to go nuclear. Y'all remember what happened the last time people doubted him? Exactly. So to everyone who wrote the Chiefs off, to the doubters, the analysts, the flip-flop fans, keep that same energy. Because when this team catches fire again, the silence is going to be loud. And trust me, we're just getting started. That Super Bowl loss? It didn't break them. It woke something up. The monster's still alive, still hungry, and it's climbing its way back to the top. Let's break it down. 5 Super Bowl trips in 6 years. You can't ignore that. While the rest of the league brags about flashy trades and hot takes, the Chiefs have been living this life. They've felt the pressure. They've thrived in it. Remember when Mahomes dislocated his knee and people counted him out? Did they crumble? Nah, they kept winning. Or that AFC title game comeback in 2019. Down 10 with 7 minutes left? No panic. Just grit. That's the kind of heart this team has. And the roster? It's deep. Offensive line? Rebuilt. Simmons is a cornerstone. Receiver room? Loaded with threats. Kelce still doing Kelce things. Defense? Relentless. Chris Jones? Beast. Frank Clark? Still a menace. Snead and Thornhill? Lockdown. And Arrowhead? In January? That's not a stadium. That's a battlefield. This team isn't chasing dreams. They're chasing legacy. Mahomes wants a 3rd ring. Reid wants to cement his name even deeper into history. So let the haters talk. Let the rankings drop. Let the noise rise. Because Kansas City, they're rising too. And when they strike again, you'll remember why they were kings in the first place. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one.